Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to give you an overview of the article here. There's a link in the description. This was published yesterday, so you might well be familiar with this subject. If you are, there's no real need to watch this video, but this could be good for those that aren't quite aware of this update. So it's in regards to the scumbag that you see in front of you. You may recognize him, you may not. He's had a haircut, but he is indeed Darrell Brooks Jr., the absolute piece of shit psychopathic scumbag, who is accused of driving his SUV through the Waukesha Christmas parade in November 2021. So do you recall that? He killed 6 people in the November 21 massacre, injured 60 people. One of the officers said he was purposefully trying to hit as many people as possible. Yeah, that scumbag. So he had pleaded not guilty previously in February when he was asked to enter a plea. He had previously pleaded not guilty, but he and his team of attorneys have changed his plea to not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. So essentially, he had a not guilty plea. Now he's changed that to an insanity plea, essentially. So he's been ordered by the judge to undergo a mental evaluation. And that's going to determine whether or not such a plea will stand, I believe. So I believe that plea may be rejected. If they say, look, you've gone under a mental evaluation, you've not been determined to have any mental issues, as such, you can't plea in that manner. You have to revert back to either a not guilty or a guilty plea. I think that's what will happen. I could be wrong. And if the plea does stand, if the mental evaluation is such that it is granted for the plea to continue, and if he is found guilty, which he will be, then the difference between pleading not guilty and pleading not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect will be a matter of whether or not he's incarcerated in prison or in a mental health facility. That would be the main difference. I don't know which would be better or worse, just as long as he gets incarcerated for an incredibly long period of time. That's pretty much the main thrust of this article. In addition to that, the article mentions that the scumbag's attorneys had requested for the trial to take place in a different county, and or to have the jurors imported from a different county, and both of those requests by the defense's lawyers, attorneys, both of those requests have been declined. So he is to be tried in Waukesha, if I understand correctly. That's pretty much everything that we need to go through here. So ultimately, the trial is still going ahead. It had been scheduled for October the 3rd. There's no mention that that date may change or will change. There's no mention of that. But I think it's regarded that it might be a possibility that the date may change given the change in plea. That may have some influence. I don't know. We also know that he's been held on a $5 million cash bond. I don't even know why a bond is available. What if some moron stunt player decided to bail him out? Why would you risk that from happening? I would revoke all opportunity for bail, is what I would do. In any case, the trial will continue perhaps on October the 3rd, and we just hope that it goes unimpeded and that the victims receive some level of justice, in that this sicko gets incarcerated for a very long amount of time. I would think my preference would be prison, but I kind of feel that it's much of a muchness, but I don't really know. I'm just going to read out the names of the 6 victims that were killed, but of course 60 people in total were injured, or actually more than 60 were injured. But those that lost their lives include Virginia Sorensen, La'ana Owen, Tamara Durand, Jane Kulich, Wilhelm Hospel, Jackson Sparks, who was only 8 years of age. So 6 fatalities there at the hands of this scumbag, allegedly. And we hope that he gets the justice that he deserves. Going to wrap things up here, guys. Going to make one more video for today. Might take things easier tomorrow. Let's see. Take care. Thanks for your support. And like, comment, subscribe. Speak to you soon. Thanks.